Hello, my name is Yolanda Wilson and I am here representing Giovanna in this product performance case. We are here because Giovanna bought a new Chef Master Extreme Gas Stove for her high-end restaurant from the manufacturer Chef Master, understanding that it could cook sauces at low temperatures. Giovanna is requesting that the stove be returned to Chef Master and the money paid applied to a stove that can cook sauces at a low temperature from Chef Master or another manufacturer. During the sales process, prior to Giovanna entering into a written contract for the purchase of the stove, Giovanna told Leona that the ability to handle delicate sauces was extremely important to her, as she made many dishes that required precise temperature control even at lower temperatures. Leona said, "The chef master can handle that, no problem." The law of warranties aims to determine what is that the seller has in essence agreed upon to sell. Pursuant to the Uniform Commercial Code UCC 2316, Comment 4. Here a stove that can cook sauces at low heat was agreed upon pursuant to UCC 2-306, which imposes an obligation by the seller to use their best efforts to supply requested goods. However, when Giovanna brought the stove to her restaurant and tried to cook a delicate sauce, the sauce burned. Express warranties are affirmative promises about the quality and features of the goods being sold. Claiming a watch is waterproof to 250 feet, that a car gets 35 miles per gallon on the highway are examples of express warranties. Pursuant to UCC 2-313, express warranties by the seller, Leona, which becomes the basis of the bargain, creates an express warranty that the good shall conform to the affirmation or the promise. Any affirmation or promise made by the seller to the buyer which relates to the goods shall conform to the affirmation or the promise. Any description of the goods which is made part of the basis of the bargain creates an express warranty that the goods shall conform to the description. The written contract for the sale of the stove contains very few terms and conditions. It does contain a written disclaimer of the warranty of merchantability, which makes products as is with limited or no warranties pursuant to UCC 2-314. Giovanna was not aware that her purchase was as is at the time of the sale. The information was not conspicuous pursuant to 2-316. UCC 2-315 states that the implied warranty of fitness for a particular purpose applies if the purchaser knows or has reason to know that the buyer will be using the goods for a certain purpose. The seller warrants that the goods are being sold for suitable or for that specific purpose. The rationale behind the implied warranty of fitness for a particular purpose is that buyers typically rely on the seller's skill and expertise to help them find the specific goods that meet their specific needs. The court could find that Leona's claim and the disclaimer were unconscionable pursuant to UCC 2-302 at the time it was made by the court, and they may refuse to enforce the contract. It could also just be a mistake. A contract may be voided based on a mistake if the mistake was a basic assumption on which the contract was made. The mistake must have material effects, and the agreed exchange of performances, as in this case where the stove is basically useless to Giovanna. The effect of the mistake is such that enforcement of the contract would be unconscionable. The other person had reason to know of the mistake or its fault caused by the mistake. Finally, the transaction was between two merchants, so the Uniform Commercial Code UCC 2-201 would apply because the product is over $500. It also notes that a writing is not insufficient because it omits or incorrectly states a term agreed upon. Here Giovanna was clear that she needed a stove that performed at a low and a high temperature. It isn't fair for a seller to sell a stove that can't be used. Therefore, it would be fair for Chef Master to pay for the expenses to return the stove and reimburse Giovanna. She could also apply the reimbursement to a different stove that has a manufacturer's guarantee of a lower temperature. I look forward to finding a solution that's satisfactory to all parties. Thank you for your time.